Okay, welcome back. If you were watching earlier, was I flew around Bermuda. Thanks for joining me there and for all the comments that I got for that. That was fun. I did a nice sunset flight all the way around the island and got to see the changing times of day and all the lights coming on the island. So that was a lot of fun. But obviously Bermuda is not the best place to go in Microsoft Flight Simulator to show off the amazing scenery that there is in this game. And so what I'm planning to do in this video is to go and visit some of the other places in the game that have had their assets more handcrafted. And also to get out maybe and see some sites, maybe the pyramids, Taj Mahal, out in the mountains. Just try to get a variety of different kind of scenery and environments. So if you're watching this, please feel free to jump into chat and suggest anywhere that you'd like me to fly. I'm quite happy to take requests and go anywhere. But I'm going to start, I think, with New York. Obviously an iconic city, and is one of the about 400 cities, I think, that has been realistically modelled in Flight Sim. So I'm going to go and check that out and see what that looks like, and see how well my PC can handle it, whether we get frame rate drops as a result. So yeah, last time we were in Bermuda, but now let's head over to the East Coast. Where is New York? Here it is. So we have a choice, I guess. I can get from Newark or from Kennedy. Or we can, I guess we can start flying in New York itself. No, you know what, let's surely it's not going to take us that long to fly there, is it? Let's start at Kennedy, see how we go. If it's too slow, we can always speed things up. I think I'll stick to my Cessna. At some point I guess I'll learn to fly another different plane, but for now that's good. Why can't I click the flight conditions there? It's not letting me change the flight conditions for some reason. That's strange. Why can't I do that? Definitely had some weird behaviour from Flight Sim. Like camera control suddenly decides to stop responding. Don't know why it would not like me messing with this, but let's go. We can always change flight conditions on the fly. So let's just take whatever it gives us. I don't know whether that's going to be live or whether it will just default to clear weather conditions and during the day. Yeah, slightly weird. Don't know why I couldn't choose that. And at some point I have to stop looking at the pretty scenery and actually figure out how to play this game properly and use ATC and get rid of all of the annoying warnings that keep popping up currently because I'm not doing stuff right, which I'll probably get my son to help me with because he is far better with airplanes than I am. But for now, we are just looking at the pretties. Okay, so we can see New York dead ahead of us, which is handy. So let's release the parking brake. switch to the exterior view. This is such a big runway. And actually, before I start, I can do it mid-flight, but I'm gonna do it now. And we'll set our fuel to 100%. I don't know why it starts at 50%. It kind of seems weird to me. Maybe they want a balance between giving you the maximum range of the plane and having a kind of sensible weight, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. We'll max it out at 100. Okay, let's go. Actually, I'm going to pause here for a second and just... Oh, I'm not even getting the option for changing the clouds. That is really weird. I wonder if it's related to the fact that there's a lot of buildings here, and so my system is going to struggle just dealing with the buildings, and so it doesn't want me to set any clouds to make things worse. I don't know. That's fine. We can do clear conditions. Alright, let's put the flaps up. Let us go faster. I wonder if it's also maybe related to the fact that it has to stream in. So I think it's streaming in from the internet the assets for the city as we go. And obviously stuff like live weather would have to be streamed in, but yeah, I don't even want live weather necessarily, just the ability to change the time of day. Yeah, that's very strange. Maybe it'll come back at some point during the flight. I guess I could have started a little closer to New York. That's okay, we'll get a feel for the airport. It's definitely, I don't know if you can see on the stream, but it's definitely a little slightly stuttery. Not entirely surprising. This is a lot more demanding than Bermuda. I'm not sure to what extent the photorealism extends. Okay, let's just acknowledge that message from the tower, so they don't bug me. Yeah, I don't know to what extent all the housing down here is realistically modelled, or whether it's just in New York City itself. It looks great. Got a bit of pop-in over there. Again, I'm running this on the very high graphic settings. Start by heading out to the Statue of Liberty, and then we'll take a flight from south to north, and then circle around and come back the other way. approaching 3,000 feet. Certainly from this altitude, everything looks fantastic. Trying to adjust my trim a little bit so we stay level when my hand's off the stick. Although I have trouble getting that right. You know what? We're going to turn off those markers as well. Actually, it's probably an assistance, I think. Points of interest markers, we'll turn those off because we know where we are here and it's kind of a little distracting. And I'm going to turn off the airport markers as well. This does look amazing. I don't know New York especially well. I'm not sure what that huge green park is down there. Okay, well I see the Statue of Liberty. So I'll drop a little altitude here. Let's take a quick spin around that ship. Ooh, my airspeed. I'll destroy my plane before I even get to New York. Very cool. It's nice to see some of the really detailed stuff. Going low over this plane, this boat as well. How am I doing? 500 feet. Careful I don't crash. Pause that there for a second and get a better look. Ooh, getting the sound breaking up. That looks great. Over to the city over there. Definitely get some good screenshots in this game. Although I've not, again, among the many things I've not figured out, I have yet to figure out how to use the camera. I could actually go into showcase mode here and have a drone that I can fly about and position. And that also gets rid of the UI elements, and yeah, will let you get some really nice screenshots. But I don't know how to do that yet, which is fine. I'm streaming. I don't need to take screenshots. Okay, let's try not to crash into it. Or crash generally. Let's give us a bit of extra power. Misbehaving airplane. Whoa. Hang on. Let me get behind the plane again so I can get some kind of idea as to what my attitude is. Okay, let's head for here. Oops. Hey John, sorry, I was away from the chat for a second. Yes, New York. Can I fly over Tony Soprano's house? I have no idea where that is. No, I do not have rudder pedals. I only have a very average joystick. But I can twist the joystick to do the equivalent of the rudder pedals, so. But I never find that very useful. I think that's mainly for steering on runways. Okay, so let's check out New York. Now this is going to be tricky. Why are those textures? Oh, looks like it's still loading. Looks like it might still be loading in actually. Those textures are kind of popping in. I wonder if that's a result of me only being on very high graphics settings, or whether that's a limitation of my internet speed. Because those buildings look really low res, whereas these ones look really quite good. So let me just circle back around and see if it looks any better when it has a chance to load in. It still looks a bit shaky, doesn't it? Now what is going on there? That definitely does not look like as good as it should be. By a long way. How weird. But yet this building right next to it looks good. Yeah. How strange. That's disappointing. Oh well. Maybe I'm not actually supposed to be quite this low. I don't know, on the other buildings it feels like there's detail popping in. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure what's going on there. Okay, let's head. Oh, God, it's amazing. You've got the skyscrapers of the financial district, and then you forget it's kind of flat until you get to Midtown, and then all the skyscrapers start again. Empire State Building. Let's head for that. Trying to think what landmarks in New York I know other than the obvious ones. Yeah, a lot of these textures look a bit muddy. That's very strange. Yeah, even the kind of jagged pixelation here. I'm sure this is supposed to be better than this. I wonder if it's actually throttling or downgrading the images just based on what my PC is doing at the moment. Actually, let me have a quick look in the program I'm using to stream. It tells me CPU usage, which is only 2%, but I don't know whether that's that might just be rendering CPU usage rather than total. Okay. Can I alter the graphics settings on the fly? God, it's deafening. I guess I've got my volume turned up too loud, but general. Thing is, I haven't had a crash since I've changed the graphics settings to high, so I am a bit worried that if I bump them to ultra, I'm just gonna crash the game. But you know what? Shall we try it? Let's try it. This could well end in a game crash, but let's see. I'm curious to see whether it makes any difference to those buildings. The frame rate has for sure dropped. Although that again could be because it's loading in assets. It's much more jerky than it was. I've got to be careful I don't crash into anything. Looks okay on the streaming. It's a definite degradation of frame rate, but it might be just as it's loading in the higher res assets and caching them. See what that looks like. Yeah, I guess that does look better. Yeah, I guess that does look better. You know what? I'm gonna fly back downtown to that other building, which felt like we should see reflections in it. See whether that has improved as well. This is one of the most, if not the most demanding place to fly in Flight Sim because of all the buildings. So yeah, flying here on Ultra, even on my PC, is probably a little bit crazy. I still can't set weather, which seems weird to me. Maybe I'll Google that afterwards and find out why. Frame rate feels like it's stabilized a bit now. Maybe it was just the initial load that was giving it problems. These still don't look fantastic there. That's really surprising. I'm sure that must be my machine. It kind of still looks like they're still looks like the textures are loading in a bit, although this it looks like it's actually messed up the rendering. Maybe these are just not handcrafted buildings. Maybe these are being put in by the AI, but when you compare them to like this one, this looks much more high resolution. Yeah, that's weird. I need to check out some videos of other people flying here and see whether anybody else has commented on the same effect. I am, yeah. Yeah, I mean the specs of my PC are definitely, they meet the ultra requirements. But even having said that, there's a lot of reports online about yeah, people having trouble even with super high-end PCs. Really, the ultra settings are it's sort of future-proofing the game, and for kind of like the next generation of hardware. But I mean, yeah, having said that, this is doing okay. I don't know how long it'll go without crashing, but we'll see. It doesn't feel like there's a massive difference between this and the high setting that I had it on before. Let's head over to some of these buildings, because I have seen these on other videos. So the H&M I know should look good. Actually, Times Square is somewhere below, isn't it? You found a cool Cytec flight yoke and pedals and throttle controls. Are you planning on picking this up as well? Air Transport 3452, contact New York departure on 124.75. Actually, you can't. You don't have a PC, do you? What's it called? Museum. The museum thing. That looks nice. Love the water effects. They're great. Okay, let's see whether we can. Ooh, oh, we're gonna crash. The game's gonna crash. It has just frozen. Hopefully, just the game, not my entire PC. Ooh dear. Nope, we're back. Okay, I'm changing the settings back. I was sure that that was going to crash. High end. High end seems okay. However, I may now crash. Okay, no, we're good. Okay, what avenue is it that I need to fly down to get to Times Square? I saw somebody doing it in a video today. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Oh god. I'm not sure I can do this though. There is a very good chance. Maybe I should just actually not try to go in between the buildings, but just stay above them. Ah yeah, right here. That, I think, is Times Square, is it not? Yeah, that right there is an ad for the light. Oh! I overstressed the aircraft and caused critical damage? What? I was on pause! How could I overstress the aircraft when I was on pause? Ah! Man. Was my airspeed up super high? Maybe my airspeed was up super high. Or maybe it was still running, because it's kind of like an active pause. So obviously the propeller keeps going, the traffic keeps going, but supposedly the plane itself is just supposed to stay frozen. Well, 1 second. Okay. Well, that was New York. I got to see New York, so I think I'm happy with that. Any suggestions of where I should go next? If this is going to go back to the main menu. It did almost sound like it was going to crash the game, which actually... This is not very responsive. I think maybe the game crashed rather than I crashed. It is not doing anything. The music's still playing. Yeah, I think upping the graphics settings to ultra there gave it a hard time. So I am actually going to kill the process. If I can. It really does not want to die. Close window. Okay, it's Control-Alt-Delete time. It's still using 17% CPU and about 10 gig of RAM, which is fairly crazy. So let's just end that task. Apologies for the abrupt exit. And let me start that back up again. Unfortunately, the game does take a little bit of time to start. It's loading in a lot of stuff, obviously. Okay, I'm definitely keeping my my graphic settings on very high. Yeah, I do wonder what the deal was with those skyscrapers in New York. They looked funny. I did press a key. Okay. Any suggestions for where we go next? Las Vegas, actually, is another place that's modelled photorealistically, so that would be cool to check out. Okay, let's see whether we can not crash. Let's see whether I get the option to set the flight. Yeah, it's not letting me set flight conditions. That is strange. Where is Vegas? Vegas. Where is Vegas? Show my ignorance now. Let's do a search. North Las Vegas. McCarran, that's the international airport. And that's, okay, and there's Las Vegas. Okay, the airport's right next to Vegas anyway, so we'll just set that. I still cannot set my flight conditions. Why is that? It's forcing it to be night. Oh, wow, that is live airport activity. That is really strange. I wonder if it's because I'm in a group. Let me leave the group. Nope, still can't do it. Let me do a quick Google. Or if anybody watching knows, do let me know. Flight simulator, can't set flight conditions. Nope, Google's no help. That's strange. Okay, let me try something different. Just can't access the flight conditions. That seems really weird. Come on, Google. Why can't we set flight conditions? Google is no help. It's unusual. Okay, we're going to try this. Robin. Okay, so that's the plane that I think Howard was telling me earlier I should do some acrobatics in. For the next 2 weeks, compete in a new time-limited landing challenge to reach the top of the leaderboard. Courchevel Airport is Altiport is serving Courchevel, a ski resort in the French Alps. The airfield has a very short runway. There is no go around due to the surrounding mountainous terrain. Okay, well, I'm almost certainly not going to get on the leaderboard, but sure, I'll take a crack at it. Maybe the flight conditions in this are fixed. I mean, that would make sense. I have never flown to this airport before, so I have absolutely no idea what I am getting myself into. Okay, let's go. This is also a plane that I haven't flown before. Where would the airport be? That would be good to know. Also at 7,000 feet, but I guess that's not surprising. Okay, 1 second, I'm going to turn on some assistance here. Because I cannot see the airport. Can I turn on any assistance? I cannot. I suppose that makes sense. This is a challenge. Yeah, I would think they would tell you where the airport was there. Where's the airport? I can't see the airport. Okay, I'm going to take one go just to find out where I'm supposed to go. I thought I should have probably looked more closely at the picture. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, so let's bank. Spotted it maybe just in time. Actually, not bad. Okay, gear down. No, that's not gear. G is gear. Or does this plane have fixed gear? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it has fixed gear. How am I going to slow down? Flaps? I'm going way too fast. And I have crashed. Okay, fine. Let's restart. Let's try that again. Okay, 80 knots, 72 knots, curve and come in. It didn't. It said something the first time about how I can reduce my speed. So I was going way too fast. Oh, actually, I think it just my engine was just, even though my throttle was fully back, because I hadn't moved it, it was still on max throttle, so that was definitely part of the problem. Okay, where was it? Over there. right there. I'm actually turning a little bit too early. This is definitely not lined up at all in any way whatsoever. We're going to be able to get away with it. I could definitely have done a better job here. Let's put the flaps. Oh no, I'm going to be short. I killed my throttle too early. That was annoying. Could have done that if I hadn't have just throttled completely back. Alright, try again. Actually, I probably don't want maximum throttle. So I'll do what I did the first time, because that actually lined me up pretty well. Because I was looking for the airport on that hill directly ahead of me. There it is, there it is. Okay, flaps up, down, whatever. Ugh. Oh wow, this thing handles quite differently to the Cessna. You know what, I still think that first landing was the best job of being lined up. Okay. Don't land short. Don't land short. I landed. Alright. I landed and didn't crash. And I'm 30,911th in the world. Friends, has Howard tried this? Howard has not tried this. Howard, if you're watching, you need to try this landing challenge and see whether you can beat me, which I'm sure will be very easy. So landing precision, 2,586, whatever that number means, kind of midway. So that's precision on the centre line by the looks of it. Ground roll was good. Landing smoothness, yeah, it was a bit bumpy. Yeah, okay, that was fun. That was fun. I'm going to try one more time. One more time. I feel like I need to set a decent benchmark for Howard to try and beat. probably do much worse this time. Quick look to admire the scenery there. I mean, there's clouds with the sun through them. Amazing. Okay, so I can see the airport over there. I didn't actually notice what the altitude of the airport was. I mean, I really am just winging it. Winging it. Feel like I'm going kinda fast. So let's drop that down a bit more. And am I early to start my turn? Yeah, I am. Darn it. So I've been scored on 3 things: how close to the centre line I get, how much side-to-side motion there is when I land, and how bouncy the landing is. This is not a super straight lineup, but I've still got time to correct. Am I a little low? I feel like I'm looking at a... Yeah, there we go. My camera was slightly off centre. Okay, come on. Let's beat that last score. This does not feel so good. Oh! Oh, no, 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 no! I kind of cut my throttle and put the flaps up at the same time, which I guess was not a good idea. Alright, I've got 1 landing. That can stand. I'm sure it won't take Howard too long to beat me. Well, let's see what else the game has to offer. Crashed. I did crash. That was sad. But I managed 1 landing. So I've got a score on the leaderboard at least. Even if it is way, 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 way down. Okay, any suggestions, Raymondo, where you want me to go? I will happily fly anywhere in the world. Other than New York or Bermuda, because I've already done those this evening. But yeah, literally anywhere else in the world. Imagine joining as you could, yeah. Yeah, honest, I did land just before you joined. A big plane and spawn at gate. Okay, whereabouts there? Where in the world are we going to fly? Mexico. Okay. Anywhere in particular in Mexico? I don't know Mexico at all. I'm happy to fly in Mexico. Anywhere is good. At this stage, I'm still kind of just seeing all of the different terrain types that the game has to offer, and so yeah, I don't mind where I go. But yeah, you'll need to JFK. So I did JFK earlier, admittedly in my Cessna. Let's try Cancun then. So we'll get Mexico, and we'll do a 747, sure. Can I set... okay, it is letting me set flight conditions again. That's good. Okay, 747 from Cancun. Shoot. Did I click back? I must have clicked back by mistake. Okay, it still remembered everything. That's good. Flight conditions, what do we want? let's have clear skies during the day. Or no, not clear skies, let's have a bit of cloud. How do I set a bit of cloud? A few clouds, here we go. Okay. That will do. Live traffic. Fly. But I can't do all the ATC and kind of stuff with, air traffic control on the gates and whatever. I'm just going to go.
Tower Boeing Alpha Sierra, 747 ready for departing straight out at runway 30 left. Boeing Alpha Sierra, 747 cleared for takeoff runway 30 left, departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 30 left, Boeing 747.
Okay, let's switch to the outside view. Let's bring my map up. Not that I know this area at all, but maybe if we do a turn and head towards the ocean, that might be kind of cool. Let's just see what we can see. Okay, release parking brakes and throttle up. So I want to be heading southeast. Does that mean go?
Boeing 747, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved.
Tower Boeing Alpha Sierra.
Wow, there's a lot of green around here.
Frequency change.
Okay. So we said we wanted to go southeast. You can't wait for tomorrow. So let's... actually, I wonder how long I'm supposed to maintain this heading. I can start the bank a bit. But let's put my flaps and my gear up. Angle of attack is a bit too much. I've got to be careful I don't go over speed. I think last time I tried flying this, I was over speed, which is might be what I am now actually. Which is why it's clicking. Where's my vertical speed? It's still positive, which is fine, but I want my airspeed to drop. I think if it's the same as the last flight, then when I'm below 10,000 feet, my airspeed is supposed to be below 250 knots. I don't know if you know if that's right, Aiden, or anybody else watching. Okay, so we're heading out for the ocean. Let's below 260. Okay. If we climb a bit, that should drop our speed down as well. So let's see when we get below 260 whether this clicking stops. Which it did. Nice. Okay, good. Well, that's at least one audible clue that I know what it means. Oh, it's doing it again. It's quite hard to stay, to not go too fast. Okay, so Cancun, never been there, but known for its beaches, I believe. So let's go take a look at them. It does look like a big, long beach. Reminds me of Miami. Okay, but I am going fast again. Let me cut back the... I'm also getting... Well, I guess the clouds are kind of low, actually. Slow down. This plane is not designed to fly slow. Oh, the stream froze. Is it back now? Or is it still frozen? Hang on, let me put this on active pause. Actually, that's interesting. Even though I'm on active pause, my airspeed is still changing. I had an issue in the last game where my plane got destroyed while I was on pause. Okay, looks like it may be okay to me. Yeah, I think that's okay. Hopefully that was just a temporary thing, or maybe an issue at your end. Although it is entirely possible that this PC is having a hard time rendering the game and the stream at the same time. Alright, this looks lovely. Look at this huge stretch of beach. Where are we on the map? So we are, okay, we're literally flying out along there. Another island out there. Vertical speed. Okay, our airspeed is now holding pretty steady, which is nice. It's hard to see. It's hard to see what my attitude is from here. I need to look. It's so much quieter in the cockpit. I guess I am. What's that? I'm nose up a little. Check that water out. Okay, I'm gonna bank round. Let's see whether we can. Let's try and land this thing back at the airport. Is that a silly idea? That might be a silly idea. Big, slow plane. A little bit. The passengers are probably getting sick with a turn like that. Okay, so I want to head this way. Don't want to get too high though. Small movements. I feel like my vertical speed is insane. Let's not climb that fast, otherwise I'm never going to get down to the airport. Also, I need to turn back on the airport markers since I don't know this area. So let's turn that on. And hopefully actually I'm guessing MMIM is another airport maybe? Would that make sense? On the map, looking at the kind of purple marker. Let's cut the throttle way back. Oh, that would be the airport, I think. Oh, I'm definitely too high to land there. So, okay, let's head for Cancun again. I am bouncing all over the place. Okay, let's get the vertical speed going down. Now, where was Cancun? I did fly a bit over the city. Oh, it's going to come on my map anyway. Do you remember what the airport code was, Aiden? Was it MMAF? Or anybody else watching? It must have been MMAF, surely. Or maybe... no, maybe it was MMUN here. Let's straighten up a little. Ooh, bouncy bounce. Okay. If I click on it, will it give me more information? No. Reduce speed. My throttle is fully back. So the only way I can reduce speed would be to climb. My throttle is idle. Yeah, this is one thing I'm still getting used to, is how to... even though my throttle's idle, my airspeed has just no interest in going down. My altitude is falling, but as I dive, my speed is going to pick up. I could do my flaps, right? That would slow me down. Is it too early to do flaps? I think I see the airport up ahead. At least my altitude is going down, which is good. Yeah, it's there, isn't it? Oh, I feel like I'm too high. Ooh, I am descending quickly now, though. This is almost certainly not going to... this is almost certainly not... Oh, I'm actually not badly lined up there. It could be a lot worse. However, it could also be a lot better. Ooh. One rough landing coming up, if at all. Oh dear. I missed it. Gear would be good. Flaps would be good. Why is my gear not coming down? Ah! I missed it. Is my gear coming down? Is that it starting to come out? Because it's taking its time. Gear! Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I missed that. Let's I don't know what I can do at this stage. It's kind of pretty hard without doing a complete... Well, I guess I can try going around. Let me try going around. Ooh. I'm probably just going to crash. Why won't you pull up? Why won't you pull up? Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Ooh. Oh my goodness me. Probably scared my passengers. Alright, let's try that again. Not that I'm very optimistic. So I want to go until I'm 90 degrees and then, oops, straighten up. Seems fairly good, other than I'm going up, which I don't want to do. I guess a little bit of height's not bad. Let's try and keep it. Ugh. So tricky. Okay, it's clicking at me. Why is it clicking at me? Too fast? I do not know. Okay, well let's bank again. Hard to control the... okay, it stopped clicking at me, that's good. I am gaining altitude though, which I don't want. Yeah, the clicking must definitely be a speed versus altitude thing. I still feel like I'm going up, I am going up. Oh, there's another airplane. Just to over here. Okay, our vertical speed is almost 0, which is quite nice. Ooh, I am not parallel to the runway though by any stretch of the imagination. Actually, I can see that from the map. I should have taken note of the heading actually, rather than just trying to do all of this completely by eye. Okay, so we'll head out this way a little way to give us some wiggle room. I think I'm still cutting in too much. Vertical speed is fairly sensible. I might be too close to the runway. Okay, let's try banking round. Okay. I feel like I might be too high. Where's the runway? Oh my goodness. Yeah. I can't turn even for the main runway. I can't turn as tightly as I need to in this thing. We're gonna try landing in the runway on the right. Which I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to land there or not, but probably not. But I'm slightly more lined up for that. Okay. Throttle right back. Flaps are in position. The gear is down. I'm actually reasonably straight on the runway. But I might be coming down a little too fast, maybe. Oh my goodness. 700. Am I going to make it to the runway?
400. 300.
Oh my god.
200.
Ooh, I am all over the place.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, it's just short of the runway. Oh. Wow. 747s. They're hard to fly. I like my Cessna. Cessna, you can just make things up as you go along and bank round and land, and the runways are much bigger than you need, and it's much easier. Yeah, 747s. That was hard work. Okay, well that was Cancun in a 747. Any other requests for places to visit? We have the whole world. If there are no requests from chat, then I think I'm going to head for Switzerland to a place that I visited a couple of years ago. Now, Basel, where was it? Innsbruck. It's near Innsbruck. Was it near Innsbruck? This feels wrong, actually. Geneva wasn't Geneva. Can we search for terrain features? Can I search for the Eiger? I cannot. Okay, so we're going to do a little trick to get to the spot that I... Actually, let me try searching for... It's probably not going to find this. Grindelwald. No. Okay, so I'm going to try a trick that I saw on the internet today. So you can't see, but I'm now going to Google Maps. And I'm going to search for Grindelwald there. Interlaken, that was it, not Innsbruck. Interlaken, is that on here? There we go. And then Grindelwald and the Eiger is just to the south, so we're going to set that as our departure. We are not going in a 747. We are going to go in our trusty... Well... No, we're going to stick to our trusty Cessna 152. We are going to have a few clouds, and yeah, that time of day seems reasonable. I didn't actually set the airport, did I? That's okay, I remembered where we were. Oh, hang on. Okay, so flight conditions, Cessna, okay, let's try here. So the scenery around here is absolutely stunning. The Eiger, of course, is, well, I don't know, maybe you don't know if you've been there. I went there for the first time a few years ago, and we stayed in a village called Grindelwald, which is basically at the foot of the Eiger. And it's nothing like anything I've ever seen before. I mean, we were in our cabin, and then you were literally kind of looking up to the Eiger. Massive, massive mountain.
Lima Sierra,
Amazing.
Mike India traffic, Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra,
So,
taking off runway 23, departing straight out.
we are going to see if we can fly around the Eiger, and hopefully see Grindelwald on the way. We basically want to be heading south, and hopefully we will recognise the Eiger because it's a massive, huge mountain. Okay, so release the parking brakes and throttle up. I feel like I'm getting blown around, kinda. You need some altitude there with all these mountains. We actually took the train from Basel to Grindelwald, which came through Interlaken. So I'm thinking we should be able to see the train track below us at some point. Let's just make sure we've got our points of interest turned on now on here, because we could probably use a little help around here. Let's turn on city markers as well. So I'm hoping the points of interest marker will point out the Eiger. It might be that peak dead ahead of us. Does have a distinctive kind of sharp looking shape. These mountains are incredible. I mean, when you're on the train, actually, yeah, is that the train? The train track down there? When you're on the train, I mean, you just feel absolutely these massive things on both sides of you. Now actually, which valley is Grindelwald in? I should probably pause the game here for a second and just flip back to Google Maps. Okay, so I need to take a... yeah, that is the Eiger actually dead ahead of us. But if I take... following the river? No, the river goes both ways actually. Wengen is straight ahead. Yeah, I think I need to take a left here. So the mountain right next to us here is not the Eiger, because the Eiger is actually bare on top. What is that floating in the air? Let's go down and check this out. We seem to have a floating road in the air. I'm slightly nervous about... Oh! Ha! I overstressed the aircraft and caused critical damage. That's funny, that's what it did last time. You would think when you were in pause mode that you were good to just to leave it, but I don't think that's the case. If you're actually in a dive when you go into pause, I think it just keeps ratcheting your speed up. It's just your plane's not moving anywhere, and then it overspeeds and destroys itself, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, while that's loading back in, let me try and get the exact latitude and longitude of Grindelwald. Oh, hang on. Well, I only have to be approximate. Drop a pin. just want, I don't want directions, Google. Google's being a pain. How do I... okay, ooh, I can't... okay. There we go, I can copy this. So I'm copying the latitude and longitude from Google Maps. And then hopefully I can just paste that in here. Set as departure. Can I set an altitude? Otherwise I'm kind of going to be in the middle of nowhere. Custom departure, airborne 0 feet. I kind of need to set an altitude somehow. How do I do that? Well, let's just try, see what that does. I think it's just going to put me on the ground somewhere. It might even immediately crash me, I don't know. But I should be right in the middle of Grindelwald. Oh, it has put me in the air, okay. It is smart enough to do that. Okay, so if I go to external view, okay, and do the pause thing. Yeah, this kind of looks familiar. And that right there is the Eiger. So we need to kind of do a 360 or a 180. Whoa. Yeah, you do get an idea from this just how massive it is. I can see the place where I was staying. It's kind of hard to tell. It might have been one of these. One of those buildings down there. We had a view of that bridge. But yeah. Ooh. Fly up and around the peak. Feels like Flight Simulator has rounded it off a little bit, maybe. Ooh, I'm actually struggling to gain altitude. Angle of attack is... this thing is so high. I think I'm going to need to do a couple of loops actually just to get up to the altitude. actually went hiking here, not up the Eiger, but heading east out of Grindelwald. And I think we ended up on that ridge dead ahead of us. So I'm actually going to fly over there, which will get me some altitude. And there's a restaurant right on the kind of edge of that ridge that, if I remember rightly, it is actually a ridge and looks over into the next valley. It's pretty cool. Let's see whether that restaurant is actually is there in the game. And then there's a ski lift that comes down over here somewhere. And yeah, so we basically hiked all the way up here, up to this ridge, walked across and then cheated and got the ski lift back down. An eye out for that as well. Oh, actually, I think... Can I see it? Is that it? I think that might be it. That building there might be one of the... Okay, I'm still gaining altitude. Trees here than I remember. Now is this the... It looks like it looks like either a road or rather than a path. Is this it here? I think it might be. See. Yeah, I think so. Don't remember there being a road. Right there. That looks in a plausible position anyway. And then we walked along here and then back round. Maybe. I can definitely recommend it though. It's a lovely hike if you like hiking. Not too strenuous. Doable in a day. Where did we actually go there next? Somewhere along here. These buildings here, maybe? They seem familiar. Yeah, dead ahead of us here looks like the ski lift terminus, I think. I wonder if that will actually be, if you'll be able to see that on the map, on the in-flight simulator there. Possibly not. Yeah, right there, I am pretty sure feels like the right kind of place. And then the oh, it was a cable car, not a ski lift, a cable car. Came out of here and then down the valley and back into Grindelwald. My airspeed is going up again, so let's get going before I destroy another airplane. Now, have we got enough height now to get up to the Eiger? It looks like we do. I'm still climbing though, because I'm still a bit low. .8,000 feet. Can't exactly remember how high it is. Wow. Still not high enough to actually clear it, although we are now climbing pretty fast. How did I manage to climb so quickly? Yeah, it does feel like it looks very rounded here. Like the mapping has not quite got it. It's obviously much more rugged looking in real life. But I do remember that little dip between the peak and the mountain to the side. We thought we could see like a little hut or something there as well. So I'm going to fly up there and see whether there is any kind of hut there. Although I don't know if I'm high enough to get through that gap. Might have to go around. Ooh, my speed is dropping. Careful I don't stall. Yeah, I'm still not quite high enough to get over the Eiger. Alright, well we'll go around the outside then, that's fine. I don't see a building there. It's quite possible it wasn't a building. It may just have been a piece of rock. Keep that vertical speed up. Angle of attack warning. My nose is too far up. Except now, whoa, what was that? I've hit some pocket of air. Ooh, my airspeed has suddenly gone up. What was that? Some air coming off the mountain maybe? Oh, look, you can actually see my Are my windows icing up? I think they are. If I go into the cockpit view, yeah, look at that. I've got ice on the windshield. I guess I am at 9,000 feet. I'm not sure I can get over this mountain. It is just too big. And every now and again something weird happens. Come on, let's get up there. My windows are almost completely frosted over. Propeller's not going to ice up. I wonder if the Cessna has any de-icing capability. Look at that. If I was actually flying this thing, I'd have no clue where I was going. Goodness for exterior views. I wonder what the height, the altitude limit of the Cessna is. I'm feeling it's something like 14,000 feet. So I think I'm still a way off that. But yeah, obviously. Whoa! I guess the wind coming off these mountains. Oh dear, this looks bad. Uh-oh. 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 Ooh. God. So that was a pretty nasty downdraft or something. Whoa. I very nearly crashed. Yeah, in fact I've dropped to 8,000 feet. I'm actually lower than I was when I was approaching the summit before. So I think I'm probably going to have to give up on this attempt. Whoa! Uh-oh. Yeah, I really don't want to fly close to the rock because crashed. Ooh, mountains difficult to fly around. Anyway, yeah, that was Grindelwald and the Eiger, and I very much recommend that you take a trip there if you haven't been there. It's absolutely gorgeous scenery. Okay, how are we doing for time? Still only 10:30. Let's see, where else would be a fun place to go? Rome or Venice or Aix-en-Provence. They are all modelled, I believe. Was it Aix-en-Provence that had the high resolution models? Or the photorealistic scenery? Let me just check that. Yeah, Aix-en-Provence, Bordeaux, Lille, Marseille, Montpellier, Rennes, Rouen and Strasbourg. Aix is the only place I've been, but it was a long time ago. But it was, again, gorgeous around there though, so let's take a flight over there. recognise the town at all. Okay, I guess I'm starting in the air. That's fine. Okay, see whether there's anything here that I can orient myself by. Maybe I'm just not going to remember the town at all. It's very historic though, as I remember it. Very green. Remember that there. What is that building? This looks a lot more modern than I remember it. Is there an old quarter and a new quarter? Oh dear. It was so long ago that I was there. I think I have forgotten. Church. Whoop. I am going down kind of fast. Another church. Yeah, unfortunately I don't. Yeah, I don't know X well enough to recognise anything here. Seems to be a large monolith over there. Wonder if that's another terrain weirdness. Oh, this aqueduct. This seems vaguely familiar. Oh, except my speed is increasing again. So I better not leave it. When the traffic is doing weird things. Yeah, I don't remember enough about here, unfortunately. Okay, let's head somewhere else. Let's pick somewhere that everybody will know. Whoops. So how about the pyramids? Great Sphinx of Giza. Flight conditions. Yeah, a little cloud is always good, I think. Fly. Okay, I've never been here. Oh, wow. We are indeed right on top of them. And there's the Sphinx. Okay, so let's get a little lower. Ooh. Drop my airspeed down. And let's circle back round. Wow. Looks cool in the sunlight. There is the Sphinx. Not crash while I'm admiring the sights. What's at the top of this one? A light? Is that a lightning rod? Maybe? That one actually looks like it's got a crack going all the way through it. Assuming that's deliberately modelled. Huh. And I guess that's the main part of Cairo. The modelling on those pyramids is very good. The texture on them. Okay, well, those are the pyramids. I'm guessing there's no modelling of the sand texture in the Sahara Desert, because that would be a fun. Whoa, what is my plane doing? That would be a fun thing to see if they did, but I guess that's probably a bit of a big ask. Imagine it's just going to be all flat satellite imagery. Is that another pyramid? Oh, are there multiple pyramids over there in the distance? I guess we came to the main Giza pyramid complex, but obviously there are more than just those. More. Looks like something over there. These ones over here look to be the largest. So it's going to tell us what this one is. The Pyramid of Djoser. Green area along the Nile, and then just desert. I could actually land on the desert. I wonder how forgiving it is. We'll try, if it looks flat enough by the pyramid. Those pyramids over there are not going to tell me until I get closer. Nope. Okay, kill my throttle. Going pretty fast to land. I think I'm going way too fast to land. Let's try. going to regret this. Oh, I'm definitely going to regret this. Oh, maybe not. I landed in the desert. Although I kind of overshot the pyramid a bit. The red pyramid is what's up ahead of. Whew. Okay, well, didn't crash. There is the Pyramid of Djoser. Let me turn those markers off. They are useful, but they're oops, blind save, resume. They do spoil the ambiance slightly. Can I take off from the desert? Without the aid of a runway. As long as I can take off before I get to that building, sure. See if we can land a little closer to this pyramid. Oh, I didn't actually have my flaps up last time. That was probably silly. That would definitely help. Maybe that's going to drop me too far away. Yeah, once I've got flaps up or down, killing the power does drop me fairly quickly. This is a big pyramid. I don't know. Seems like it could be almost as big as the Giza ones. There we go, that was better. Oh. Uh-oh. What? I collided with an object and caused critical damage to the aircraft? Ah, I was miles away from the pyramid. Shucks. Oh well. That was the pyramids. Okay, well it's almost time to wrap up, I think, for the evening. Maybe I'm gonna have one more go at this this landing challenge. I feel like I could have done better. I've got one score on the leaderboard, but 72 knots. Bouncing even once can drastically decrease your score. Score depends on your vertical speed at touchdown. The closer to 0, the more points. Okay. Okay. Like I'm going faster than I was supposed to at this stage. Okay, let's start turning. A little low, maybe. Not lined up. Oh. Oh boy, this is not good. Yeah, but that might actually be a stall warning. Ah, no. Oh, that's harder than it looks, actually. I'm amazed I got down even once. So what went wrong? I still feel like my best approach was the first time I tried this and I had no clue where the airport was, or where the landing strip was. So, yeah, maybe let's not drop down too quickly. It's definitely too low there. Although my speed seems high compared to that graphic that was shown at the beginning. I don't think I want to turn like I made the mistake of turning over the valley, which I feel was too early. I kind of want to get more over these buildings here before I start turning. Actually, maybe I did turn because I thought the landing strip was here. So I kind of went along here for a bit. Then I noticed that it was over there. Gotta watch that speed. Okay, flaps. I think that was not as good as the last landing I did. Further off the centre line. Ooh, yeah. And landing smoothness was worse. Yep, 43,000 rather than... what? 43,000 rather than 539,000 last time? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, can we watch it? No, we can't watch the best landing. It's a shame. Oof. Some serious work to do on that. I think I probably killed the speed too quickly. Actually, this is surprisingly addictive. Let me try it one more time. Surely this time will be better, right? See, this is saying like 80 knots here and then 72 knots when we're there, and I was still at doing like 100 knots here. So it feels like you've got to... It really wants you to drop your speed to 80 here, which I can do by pulling back a little. How much it actually matters there at this point in the landing. Speed's picking up again. Maybe what if I just put my flaps down now? That might help. Let's drop me to 80. Am I a bit high? Maybe, maybe not. Down to 70. Oh, I'm going too slow. Nearly stalling. My speed is very low. Oh, I'm gonna stall. I'm gonna stall and I'm gonna fall short. Yep, here we go. Ah! Man! Why is that so difficult? Why is that so difficult? Okay, maybe I won't put my flaps up down quite so early. Okay. I feel like something's a bit skewed. Yeah, there we go. Was I giving it? Was I twisting it maybe? I don't know. So I'm fast, but I'm not gonna care. About half throttle at the moment. I feel like it's quite easy to kill speed quickly. So let's go straighter for longer than I did last time. Speed is naturally dropped. Don't panic, I'm at 70, that's about where I should be. In fact, 72, this is probably exactly where that said I should be. Now the only question is, what about altitude? Come on. Oh no. No, no, no. Ah, well, that was a horrible landing as well. Ah. Yeah, that first landing was definitely the best. It was better than my previous attempt, but ground roll I always seem to do okay on. But landing precision and landing smoothness, I don't know how these numbers add up to this number here. Wait. I hope I've got multiple entries in this leaderboard. Wait, what? It only keeps my last score, not my best score? Oh, that's harsh. I was 30,000th or something before. Oh. Oh well. Okay, I think I'm going to give up trying to better my score there. At least for now. And I think that's going to do it for this evening, actually. So I hope you enjoyed that tour of some of the things that Microsoft Flight Simulator has to offer. So what did we do? We started in New York. We did the Courchevel landing challenge a few times. Pyramids, the Eiger and Grindelwald. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for watching and for comments earlier on this evening. And if you were watching the Bermuda stream before that, thank you for watching that too. If you enjoyed what you've seen and you want to see more, then follow or subscribe to my channel below. Otherwise, until next time, this is BDA Limey signing out. Good night.